Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Susan Lazar Hart here, your transformational, motivational mindset coach with your transformational, motivational mindset moment. I got it all out. Welcome to Congruent Living, the place to be for all of you asking for a little more harmony in your life, a little more congruency between who you be, what you're creating, how you're creating. You get how that kind of like goes, and then you say, something's got to change. Well, change is what we're all about this September in our transformational moments on the Congruent Living Facebook. It's about the inevitability of change. I mean, the truth is we continue to change, right? Every cell, every nucleus. Hey, Abby, welcome, welcome. Every piece and part of who we be, what we be, and how we're creating shifts and changes all the time. Molecules never stay the same. Like if you ever looked at molecules in a petri dish, you'd see they're constantly moving, no matter how tiny, right? So this is a very universal, ever-present shift and change. Change is, right? Change is. It's an inevitable part of your journey. Now, many of us are aware of the shifts and the changes that are going on the planet right now, that are going on in the universe, that are going on inside. I had a client recently reach out to me and say, what is going on here? Well, it's change. The planet is a living, breathing being. It changes all the time. The universe shifts and changes. There are many, many universes shifting and changing, as are we. You know, when we had those 2 moons in August, that shifts and changes how the water is, how the cycle of water is. We are, 98 or 89% water? We shift and change. So the more we're actually willing to be in touch with the universal shifts and changes that are around us and being the space of space, the more we can start to actually acknowledge, with this question, I love this question, is this the change that I've been asking for? So, truth. How many of us have been asking for change? So you could ask, when you're kind of hit with a roadblock, a mental roadblock, emotional roadblock, a physical roadblock, ask yourself, is this the change that I've been asking for? Is there something here for me that is about change? So many of us find this challenging. It's because we've been taught that this is the way it is, right? If I hear that expression one more time, that's the way it is. Well, for some who are choosing to live in a third dimensional reality, yes, that's the way it is for them. But you live in your reality. You live in as many dimensions at the same time as you choose to. And so with that awareness, let's acknowledge, yes, if you're choosing to live in this reality, change can be intimidating. It can be unsettling. It can be frightening. But it's actually the catalyst for growth, right? Ever hear of something called the law of attraction? The energies of what you're thinking and how you're being attract more of that energy. So if you're asking for shift and change, if you're asking for an awareness, be with those energies. Be aware of what you're asking for and how you're asking. Are you asking with, what's the word I'm looking for? Are you asking with a protective shell around you so that nothing changes? Well, that's actually impossible, because change is, right? So how do we embrace change, especially when it feels uncertain? It's about cultivating a growth mindset. Change is cultivating a growth mindset. What is it that I'm asking to change here? You know, I just finished a book, or you might not know. Anyway, I've been working on this book, Breaking Free. I'm so excited about it. And I just finished the last chapter. And all of a sudden, there was like a lull in my world. And I asked myself, what is it that I'm asking for? And I was like, the creative juices. Well, I am those creative juices. We are those creative juices. So go out and work in the garden. That's kind of the way I talk to myself. Go out and work in the garden. Pick up a paintbrush. Shift and change. Change is. Right? Be with the energy of this book And what it's asking, it's all about breaking free from the judgments of who we be, breaking free from the what society is placing on you so you don't change. Right? That's when you're most uncomfortable, when you're in between that, what this reality wants from you, or this society wants from you, or how you were raised wants from you, so that they can relate to you, versus, oh, wow, so I wonder if I change this, what could that look like? Are these the changes I've been asking for? Step into the emotion of what that change will bring for you. How would that feel? Right? How would that feel? When life throws a curveball, ask yourself, what is it that I'm learning from this? Am I willing to step into this change? And for some of us, it's the fear of success. Right? What if you're that successful at what you're asking to shift and change? Who would you be? Who could you be? And are you willing to be that? So step into that question. You know, if you're up for journaling, journal that one down. And ask yourself, so if I actually step into being this successful, if I actually stepped into this much shift and change, am I willing to be the energy of that? What would that feel like? What would that look like? What would that taste like? Is there anywhere I'm stopping myself by refusing to acknowledge and appreciate that I'm actually am in the changes that I'm asking for? Because if, again, the law of attraction, if you're already asking for something, it's because it's already there. Right? Yeah. So stay present. Change often triggers anxiety because it takes us away from our comfort zones. So to navigate this, practice staying present. Practice staying present and mindful. Embrace the now. You know, you can use all kinds of techniques. When I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is thank you, thank you, thank you. And then what are 3 things I'm grateful for right now? It could be my cozy bed. It could be the day that I have to look forward to. It could be knowing that, for me, it was like knowing that I'm shifting and changing where I've been asking to play to where it's asking me to go to in creating and finishing my book, Breaking Free. So embrace that. Use these techniques, whether it's breathing, whether it's moving your body, going for a walk. Remember, the present moment is the only moment you are truly present with, right? So the changes that you're asking for, the changes that you're butting up against, take a moment, take a breath. Fill your belly with air. Exhale and feel your belly contract. Fill your belly with air. Exhale. Notice how your shoulders lower, feeling your belly contract. All of a sudden, you're not doing the monkey mind anymore. You're really present on your breath. So it's about being mindful and present. A third tool that I would embrace for you to use is to embrace flexibility, right? It's a powerful tool. Life's uncertainties teach us that we can change in an instant, right? It's like, oh, all right, I guess this is what's being required of me. How can I step up to this change? So rather than rigidly holding on to a specific point of view, this is the way we always do things. You know, it's like, what was that Einstein, what was that quote? The surest form of insanity is trying to do something the same again and again and again. Yeah, right? Be open to adjusting your course of action. Think of it as a river that's flowing through you. It meanders, it flows. There's places to go to stop, to taste, to smell, to breathe in, adapt to it, right? Be like that river. Be resilient, be flexible. A fourth I can offer you is, please, change can often feel isolating. When you're living in a bubble all by yourself, you're bumping against your own points of views, your own bubble, your own way of being with things. Reach out to a support network, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's a life coach like myself, right? Sharing your thoughts and emotions can make the process of embracing change more manageable, more aware, more, it's like, oh, Susan, what's my next best step, right? Sometimes others can offer valuable perspectives of what change creates for them. Now remember, you don't want to share your sad story. That's not what this is all about. It's about being in the question of your life. I wonder what else is possible here. What changes are being asked of me today? Great question to ask. When you wake up in the morning and you're being present, what changes are being asked of me today? And write them down. You know, I'm a big believer in getting it out of your head and getting it on paper. Part of working with this book that will be coming out soon called Breaking Free is a journaling aspect at the end of each chapter. It's about asking a question and really being present with that question. I have, where it's not here right now, every morning after I meditate, I ask this question of my guides, my spiritual guides, my soul guides, what information is asking to come through me today? And I'm present with that, and then I journal it. Again, focus on what you can control. Don't focus on what you can't, right? So you'll often feel like life's uncertainties are leaving you powerless. Think, I can't do anything about this. Well, is that really true? And remember the law of attraction. If you keep repeating to yourself you can't do something about something, that's the energy you're telling the universe you want to see more of, right? So focus on what you can. What's my next best step, right? What changes are being asked of me? Because the changes are everywhere. They're in the universe. What changes are being asked of me? What changes in my business are being asked of me today? What changes in my relationship are being asked of me today? What changes in my finances are being asked of me today? And it could be as simple as recognizing a different way that you can be with a partner, a child, a friend. It could be a different way that you can be in terms of looking at your finances. It could be a different way that you could be in recognizing the changes your business is asking of you, and then asking, are these the changes that actually resonate with my soul calling? It's living in the question of what change can create for you, right? When you anchor yourself in the question and being in the question, you'll find that you have much more power than you ever thought was possible, and more potency. And please embrace a sense of adventure, right? Change is an adventure waiting to be explored. Instead of dreading it, cultivate a sense of excitement. Approach change as a possibility to discover new aspects of yourself and the world around you. Embrace the unknown with curiosity and enthusiasm. I wonder what this change will create. I wonder. And last but not least is reflect and set new targets. Change often prompts us to reevaluate our targets. And that's why I asked you to ask, is this change aligning with my soul calling? Is this change aligning with my values? Is this change aligning with who I came here to be and what I came here to do on this planet, in this time, right now? Because we are an infinite being that chose a body for a human experience in Earth School, this Earth School we call planet Earth, this universe. So be with that. Use this as a chance to reflect on what truly matters to you, and set new targets that align with your ever-evolving desires and circumstances, because we change. Our desires change and our circumstances change. Remember that life's uncertainties can lead us to unexpected, beautiful destinations in wonderment. I wonder what this change will create for me. And please, please, please remember, be kind to you. Practice self-compassion. Embracing change, it's not always easy, and it's okay to have moments of doubt or fear. Remember, those aren't yours, right? That's what you were taught. I mean, how many of you were told, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Why do you want to change? Everything's fine. Right? Why are you always unsatisfied? Well, you're not necessarily unsatisfied. You just know there's something else greater here is possible. So embracing change in the face of all of these uncertainties, it's a skill that can be honed over time. It's about practice in how you wake up in the morning. What are your thoughts when you wake up in the morning? Are you inviting in change? Or are you going over everything that you hadn't done yesterday or you carried into today? Thank you. Gratitude, appreciation, right? What are 3 things I'm grateful for as you start the day? meditation, being present with you, and then just writing down, what is my life asking of me today? What changes is my life asking of me today? What changes is my business asking of me today? What changes in my relationship is this being in the question asking of me today? It's about shifting your perspective. Basically, it's an opportunity for shift and change, to be present and use these tools that I've been giving you as part of your toolkit, not only to navigate change more gracefully, but also find that life's uncertainties can lead us to unexpected and wonderful places. Hey, Caddy, welcome, welcome. So the next time you find yourself facing change, remember these tools that we've been talking about, and know that you have the inner strength to not only endure, but thrive in the face of life's uncertainties. I'll stop right now. Are there any questions? Anybody have any questions they'd like to ask me about change in embracing, as we embrace life's uncertainties? You know that you can pop your questions here on our Facebook group anytime. #replay, pop your questions in. You can contact me personally, Susan at susanlazarhart.com. And I will always answer. I pop in every day. There's so much change going on in the world. And please, please remember the law of attraction. If you're embracing a different way of being, those energies will come to you. It's about simply being in the question and asking, what questions are being asked of me today? And what changes are being asked of me today? And then be present with that. Just listen. That could be the biggest change in your life, is to stop the noise and just be present and listen. So thank you for your attention. May your journey of embracing change be filled with growth, resilience, and new horizons. Remember, live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be, because the world needs more of you and what you know to be true, and the changes you know are possible, not less. See you next week right here. And again, if you have a question, pop it in. If you're on our newsletter, you'll be getting a reminder of this every Thursday, and I'll pop in the newsletter form above after we say goodbye. You get a reminder of what we've been talking about with our blog post, and you also will get the what's the word I'm looking for? You also will be, you'll be getting this video right into your email box. Okay, I gotta say goodbye. I always have a hard time. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. And let me know if this has shifted any changes for you in your life. Bye-bye.